Let this be a lesson to everyone out there that if you decide to litter, you yourself could also generate a terrible musical like how our protagonist did in this movie. So please remember that littering causes terrible musicals. The more you know, 'cause knowledge is power. Xanadu! Released in 1980, and is directed by Robert Greenwald, who's also behind such films like Steal This Movie, Breaking Up, and A Woman of Independent Means. And this film is starring Olivia Newton-John because not Heath Ledger, Michael Beck, and Gene Kelly starring in his final film role. Which that is probably the only positive to this film. It was really cool seeing Gene Kelly again in a movie, in a musical that I have never seen before, so it was nice seeing him, dance a little jig here and there. Like, oh yes, the good old days. And then the goodness stopped with that. And the reason why I'm watching this piece of shit today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a big contributor and supporter of this channel, Jeff Fry. Thank you very much. Truly, thank you very much for the recommendation. I truly appreciate any support that is ever thrown my way, whether it's financially or whether it's just support through comments and just telling me, hey, good job, kiddo. But, sometimes I get a recommendation that I force myself to get through, and I never gonna watch this movie again, that's for damn sure. And I'll get into that here in a second. Thank you very much, Jeff, for the recommendation. If anyone else out there also wants to be like Jeff Fry and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with Jeff here. Sonny Malone is a struggling freelance artist who's being a dick to his coworkers, who has become smitten with the girl that he sees on an album cover, who also ran into him while skating on her skates at full force, and now he's magically in love because that's how romance works in musicals. But we come to find out that this woman, known as Kira, is actually a muse like from ancient Greek times and is controlled by the god Zeus. I really mean this. This was actually a moment in the movie. And she's sent here to help Sonny find his passion in painting again. And then, Gene Kelly shows up and he has all of the riches and all of the money in the world from doing all the artistic stuff that he's ever done. And it's because he also knew Kira, like, back in the day. And she helped him find his muse to become famous and get all rich. And then he went into reality, you see, because that's what you do in the art world. Once you figure out, I can make more money doing this other thing, I'm gonna do that. So I have my master's in theater just to kind of build up my credibility here. I know what it means to put on a musical and to produce a musical. Like, I know how to do that. I'm not just some random Joe Schmo. Like, I actually know these things. This movie, this story, is everything that I hate about musical theater. Musicals can be a powerful device in telling a story, and the best musicals out there have a script, have spoken dialogue, and then when it gets to the point in the scene, in the story, where the character is trying to emote, is trying to express themselves, and can't do it through the text, and can't do it through the spoken word, that's when the song kicks in, or that's when the dancing number happens. The music happens because it's in service to the story and it helps the character move from one place to the other. Not like musicals like this, where it's just, hey, it's a musical, so let's just put in songs and dance in here because that's what people want. See? I fucking hate that. I am a big supporter when it comes to film, theater, novels, whatever. I'm a big supporter of the story needs to make sense and be compelling first, then characters, and then at the bottom of the list, that's when all the spectacle and all the fluff and all the fancy stuff, that comes into play too. Of course it's important, but it's not as important as giving us a gripping and compelling story. This, however, it's the complete opposite. It's, hey, let's write all of these songs because we have Olivia Newton-John, and she's very popular around this time, right? She was in Grease, and she was in all these other things, so if we get her singing in our movie, well, of course, it's just gonna do great business for us. And then, hey, we also have Gene Kelly here, so let's have a couple of dancing numbers and have this very geriatric Gene Kelly roller skating and dancing along and clapping along, because that's what people want to see. Not because, hey, this character is going through something and we're going on this journey with that character. No. It's, we have these songs, it's entertaining, it's fluff, and we don't give a shit about the story. It's a big no-no, and I absolutely hate it. And sadly, this is not the only example of that. If you go to Broadway today, of course you're going to find examples of great story and great characters that you see on stage with a great message behind it. But you are also going to see, for every one, you're going to see about 5 other musicals being produced on Broadway in New York City that are all about the fluff and entertainment and IP and everything. We're making a musical about this IP because people know this IP, and if people are going to shell out, $500 a seat, well, of course they're going to choose this IP property as opposed to something unknown that's struggling to get seen. Take any jukebox musical out there and it probably falls under that latter category. We have all these songs, we have all this music, now let's generate a story around the songs that we have rights to, because that's what we have rights to, not because it's the appropriate song to do here. It's just, hey, we have this pool of songs, so let's craft a story around it, right? You see? Okay. And then it would be another thing if the music was actually compelling and fun and nice to listen to. But this movie focuses on, hey, let's focus on the music, and then the music that we get is fucking shit. Xanadu. Olivia Newton-John is here because she's a name, not because she's adding anything significant. It's just, hey, they paid me and my agent agreed to it, so here I am. Gene Kelly is here, I don't know, just wanting one lap around the block before, he kicks the bucket, which is a very insensitive thing for me to say. I apologize for that, truly, even though it's very true. The only essence of a story that we get here is the artistic frustrations of this Sonny Malone character, played by Michael Beck, who earlier on in this review I said is not Heath Ledger, even though I kept looking at him. He just has that jaw structure and then the fluffy hair. Looked like Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale, or just like those early 10 Things I Hate About You. I don't know. I saw it, maybe no one else there did, but that's what I kept thinking about. That was more compelling of a thought that I had in his scenes than the actual stuff that he had. Because he comes in and he's talking about how I tried to make it big. I tried to go out on my own and be a freelance artist, but I couldn't pay the rent, you see. I couldn't make the dough, you see. So now I'm back here with a standard job that you 3 have decided to stay here and do as well. And you guys are just happy doing it, but you're all just mid-artists. Here I am, trying to be the greatest artist of all time. He just comes across as a fucking dick. And if you're a dick in a movie, I just don't want to get behind you. Or in front of you, because, hence, you dick. Xanadu is an awful musical. It's also a very forgettable musical. I'm struggling with figuring out if there is anything substantial that happened in here. The music, while it's just like, the only reason I remember Xanadu is because they kept repeating it over and over and over again. I couldn't tell you or hum the tune of any other songs that happen in here because there's just fluff. There's no substance behind it. It's just, ooh, here is a tune because Olivia Newton-John wants to sing it. And it's one of the most forgettable movies that I've reviewed here on this channel. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm at peace with that, not remembering this movie or caring about it or giving this another second of thought here on my channel. I'm gonna give Xanadu half a fucking Blu-ray. No! No! So guys, if you've seen Xanadu, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.